What is up and welcome back. I know I haven't been making any videos for you guys. Haven't really had much to give you. The Turbo IS is still at the tuner's house, or the tuner's shop. He actually called me 2 days ago saying he got the car running, come pick the car up. I get in the car to go to his shop to go pick my turbo car up, and as I'm on my way there, he calls me back. He says, hey, actually don't bother, I guess it's not running now. He got it running and then he parked it, called me up, said come get it. By the time I got there, he said he started it up to move it and it won't start again. So there's something really fishy going on with that stupid car, man, and I hate it. But yeah, I haven't really had much content to give you guys. I haven't really been wrenching on anything because I've been kind of getting into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Been spending a lot of time learning about them, and I'm actually gonna start a new YouTube channel. I'll plug the info down at the bottom. Gonna kind of invest some money and see what happens. But right now, I'm going to my buddy Jason's house. He also has an AR5 swapped IS300. He is the second AR5 swap IS in the state that we're aware of, at least. So the two of us are the only ones that have that swap in our cars. But he just swapped his car last week or a couple weeks ago while I was at SEMA, and he's having a throwout bearing issue. So we're gonna go swap a new throwout bearing. And while we're there, I'm gonna give you guys a walk around of his car and kind of talk about what it takes to swap the AR5 in the IS. So we'll see you guys there. Oh, Jesus. What's up?
Taking the flywheel bolts off right now.
Nice. What else is left? Before we...
just the bell housing bolts.
Oh, fucking Mr. Safety with the goggles over there.
Yeah. Speaking of safety, in order for you to come over here, I had to have you sign this piece of paper, so.
Alright, we finally got the trans pulled, but I want to give you guys a quick walk around of the car first. All you IS300 nerds, though, may notice this front end is off of a JDM wagon, the Altezza Jetta. So, scene points for Jason with the JDM-ness in the wheels. What wheels are they?
Super Advance SA3R.
Super Advance SA3R. What side skirts?
Those are the Altezza Jetta side skirts.
Okay.
Altezza Jetta front end from the fenders forward, the hood, the grille, the bumpers, the lip, and then the Altezza rear bumper with the TRD Elegance lip.
TRD Elegance lip.
HKS, high power, axle back.
Alright, there's a bunch of goodies down here though. We just dropped this fucking AR5 and holy shit, it was a bitch. But before we get to that, we got the Figs Hotchkiss sway bar, right? Is it Hotchkiss?
Hotchkiss sway bars with the Figs end links and the Figs polyurethane bushings.
Bushings all the way around.
Figs polyurethane forward lateral arm bushings and lower control arm bushings.
I know this video sucks, we're shooting into the sun. But in the back you got the fucking Figs arms too. The Figs toe arms, the Figs lower control arms, the Figs rear differential bushings and the carrier bushings. What's this gold brace?
This is a Beat Rush.
Beat Rush.
Beat Rush.
Sticker right there.
Rear frame brace.
Good success. Alright, so back to this AR5 shit. It was such a bitch to swap, or to pull out, just because it's such a tight fit with the shifter housing right here. So for those of you that are gonna try to do this swap, you'll notice that this sheet metal is cut right here and bent up. Literally that 1 inch of space was what was holding the transmission from coming out, because you have to slide the transmission towards the rear of the car before you can pull it out. And yeah, it was a pain in the ass. So not really gonna give you guys a DIY because it's a lot more complicated, but we don't have time to fucking make a step-by-step video today because Jason's gotta get this car on the road in a couple hours. So we're gonna throw a new bearing in the clutch and put that shit back in the car. All right, Jason's gonna show us how to assemble this Throwout bearing before we put it on the trans.
All right, here we have the carrier. We're going to slide the spring washer onto the nose of the carrier.
So this spring washer has an orientation. It's like a cone shape, as you can see.
And you're going to put the concave area facing out towards the bearing. And then you put the shim on next. You put your bearing on with this outer race towards the edge. And then your C-clip, your retaining clip to hold it all in place. Alright, this step is very important. If you don't lubricate this outer race of the bearing and the inner part of the carrier right here, could cause early failure around 300 miles or so. So, I mean, you don't have to get crazy with it, but
lubrication is very important.
always. And then on the inside of the carrier. On the input shaft, you want to make sure your input shaft is clean.
Always gotta clean the shaft before you lube it.
Yes.
It's very appropriate. It's courtesy to everyone involved here. Then you don't have to get your friends to come help you do it again.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
If I would have just lubed my shaft in the beginning, we would have been okay. But when you've been working for 5 long days to get this swap done, you start to get a little anxious and you may overlook some things. So always take your time.
Good form on the lube.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Okay. Now you're going to use something you have laying around. I happen to have an extra carrier, bearing carrier. So I'm going to place this one on here. Take your pressure plate, lay it down like that. Here you have the shim. Shim goes on first. Wave washer next. And your retaining clip.
Great success. All right, now we are ready to put it back in the trans, huh?
Fun times. Also, you want to lubricate your pivot pin and the contact points between the bearing and the clutch fork.
And where the pin goes into the fork, right?
Yes. By lubricating your pivot pin, that'll take care of that. And these contact points right here.
All right, now we're gonna put it back in the trans. Put the trans back in the car. Then go drive the car.
And get some food.
Get some food. It's pumpkin lunchtime. All right, let's go. All right, I got sidetracked because I went live on YouTube on my phone.
YouTube.
I put the camera down, but we got the transmission in. Aaron from Turbo Taxi, Aaron from Garage Project told us to take the shifter off, and it totally made it a lot easier. So kudos to his pro tip. The transmission's in. We still need to bolt it in place. We just have the belt housing bolts hand tight. We're gonna go around and torque them down. We still need to attach the starter and the flywheel to the clutch inside. Drive shaft and the shifter from up top. And we'll be ready to do some skids, I believe.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully the next hour we'll be on the road. An hour's kind of pushing it, but 2 hours for sure. Because it's lunchtime. Drive shaft is in, intake is on, exhaust is on, shift boot is on, center console's in. Start it up and see what happens. Okay.
Sounds normal.
Clutch out in neutral. That's good, it's not in gear. Clutch in, go to first. Is the clutch still in? Sounds kind of like my car. The trans does whining.
Yeah.
I thought it was because of my turbo setup, but that's cool to know that it's because of the trans. All right, test drive time. Let's go get some food. So we're about to go for a test drive, and I go to roll my window down, and it totally just fell off the track. So
Oh, it wasn't like that?
not that bad. It would just like not seal up here, but it never like yeah, it's fucked. Where are we going?
Down the Roosevelt. Follow me.
All right. We've arrived, but I don't know what to do about this window situation because it comes up to like here, and then it like comes totally inwards. It's so fucked.
Dude, it is. Damn, it sucks. This just happened.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad before. It would still roll up and down.
It feels like it's still attached over here.
Yeah, but this side is completely not attached. Let me come down first. Oh shit, now it's totally just fucked. Ooh. I'm gonna come up. Oh god. Oh god, I don't want to break this glass. Not really. I kind of want it to roll up at least. Oh. There we go. Is it up? It's all the way up?
I would not roll it down again.
Okay. At least we got it closed. Alright. That does it for today's video. Let me know if you guys want to see this car again.